Hello everyone, welcome back to Alisa Lifestyle Vlog. In today's video, let's discuss 5 tips to effectively communicate with parents here in the USA. If you are interested to know how you can deal with angry parents or complaints to the principal, let's talk about this in today's video. Without further delay, let's start, and please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. One of the things that we want to avoid is having an angry parent. Some parents, they don't understand or they are dissatisfied with how you talk to them or how you deal with situation in the classroom. They will go straight to the principal. And that is something that a lot of teachers do not want to happen. First is to set a good impression during the meet the teacher. In the US, most schools will have Meet the Teacher activity, and that is 2 days or 3 days before the official school year starts. So what will happen during Meet the Teacher? Parents will be visiting your classroom to meet you. And so you can also tell them the requirements and the supplies you need for your classroom. So during the Meet the Teacher, I always make sure that my classroom is ready. A parent letter that contains profile of myself so that I can introduce myself to them, my qualification as a teacher. That's important. They also need to know if you are a qualified teacher and some fun things about you. In that packet, I also include, which is most important, your classroom policies and your routines. They must know, especially if you're handling primary grades, they must know how do you deal with homework, my arrival and dismissal procedures, behavior monitoring, parent communication, and other important things that parents need to know so that they will not be clueless on what kind of classroom management do you have. Having those packet ready and wearing your best smile during Meet the Teacher will really set a good impression to your parents. It is important that you will build that relationship right there. I know it's not that easy to build that relationship for just 10 minutes or 20, but good impression usually lasts. So make sure that you show them that you are an experienced teacher, that their child is safe in your care. Once they have established that respect and trust, you will have less of a problem. But of course, you cannot still avoid it. That's just the first tip, okay? The second is to set up a communication app. Here in the US, the best possible way to communicate to parents is through phone call. They really love phone call. Principals really encourage us to call parents when there are problems or when there are concerns in the classroom. But not all the time that you want to call your parents. Honestly, I'm not comfortable calling parents until now. It's easier to call if you really have a big concern or you really want to share big news. But for announcements or reminders, I really don't want to call my parents individually. So what I do is I set up a communication app. So since I'm teaching kindergarten, and even if you're teaching elementary, you can also use this. I use Class Dojo. It's easy to use and lots of parents use this app to communicate to teachers. It is free to use for teachers, and the only thing you need is to download the app or go to their website, add your students, and then you have a way to invite their families by adding phone number or email address. Then the parents will receive a link that will allow them to download the app. Once you have the app, it is easier for you to post announcements, reminders by just posting it once and everyone will receive it, or do a private message to your parents without letting them see other parents. It values confidentiality. They don't need to see other parents in the app. They can only see you and what you post in your class story. There are so many other apps that you can explore, but I specifically encourage you to try it because I've used it for 6 years. Third tip is to set up a behavior monitoring tool that you can share to parents. I am teaching kindergarten, so this is important to me. If you are teaching higher grades, I don't think you really need it. But for kindergarten, I love to use behavior calendar so parents are aware how's their child's day. So this behavior calendar will go home every single day and parents need to sign it. This behavior monitoring tool helped me a lot when dealing with behaviors. I don't need to wait until conference to discuss problem with students' behavior. Parents are aware every day on how's their child's behavior in the classroom. And it really saved me a lot of headaches because parents, once they see that their child did not get the required goal for that day, they will be talking or setting consequences at home. And by doing that, the child will really try to improve their behavior in the classroom. So I usually give a number. This number corresponds to the effort they show in the classroom. So if they get 4, 3, 2, 1, that means they had a good day. If they get 5, 6, 7, or 8, that means there are some challenges. Before, I just use a happy face or a sad face. And for me, it doesn't really explain a lot. But this time, parents are aware, oh, this is why my child gets this number because of this reason. You can check out the link in the description below if you are interested to get that resource. I just also got that from Teachers Pay Pictures, and you can also use that one for your own classroom. Fourth tip is to use feedback sandwich or sandwich method. It is really effective to use this strategy when dealing with parents to avoid angry parent, right? So it is really important that when you're talking to parents, you need to be empathetic. Having empathy helps you understand and helps you connect with families. Do not automatically tell them the problem behavior. Start with a positive thing that you see on their child. Remember, you are talking to their precious child, even though the child really makes you crazy in the classroom. But still, this child is loved and cared by their family, and they also will feel hurt when you are not careful on how you describe their child. So make sure that you highlight the positive thing that you notice on their child. By doing that, they will warm up. They will accept whatever other information you will share to them. Most of the families will really warm up if you start with a positive thing. After that, you need to start talking about the behavior you noticed. Now, after you talk about the behavior, do not stop from there. Offer solutions. Do not ask parents, what should I do? Assume also that parents do not know what to do. Now, when you're talking about solutions, make sure that you involve them. What can they do at home? I usually tell parents to set a reward system. It doesn't need to be toys, it doesn't need to be food. Like additional TV time or additional play time or additional story time would help. So if they have a good day, then they will get a reward. And if they don't have a good day, then they will have some consequences like limited gadget time, those kind of things. You can only offer solutions. You don't tell them you need to do this. Okay, at the end of the day, it's their home. They have the choice to follow what you suggest or not. By doing that, you are helping parents have an idea on how they can also help their child. And by also doing that, you are gonna be in the same boat. You are gonna be in one team, which is to help their child, your student, to be better in the classroom, to improve their behavior. Always end with a positive tone. Always tell them that you see a lot of potentials for their child to improve their behavior in the school and to be successful. And that is your goal for all your students. By effectively communicating with parents, you will avoid angry parent. You will avoid complaints to the principal. You need to know how to handle it. Yes, principals can help, but they're also very limited. You are the only ones who can do a lot of things and can solve most of your problems in the classroom. Just be open-minded. Just make sure that you build that relationship with your families. And by doing that, you will have less headache in the classroom. And last but never the least, be friendly but maintain professionalism. It's okay to be friendly, to be hospitable with families. Some parents will call you even during nighttime, evening. Avoid that situation. You need to set boundary that after 6 p.m. you are with your family, and you also need to have your private life, so you cannot always solve their child's problem or child's concern. Usually do not answer calls or emails or messages from parents after 6 p.m. But of course, I need to discuss this to them. I can only answer questions, messages after school ends, which is 4 p.m. up to 6 p.m. So 4 to 6 p.m. is where I could answer messages, call parents, or attend to any concerns, because that's the only time I am available. If it's urgent, they can call the office, but I cannot always be on my phone. By setting that boundary, you will avoid problems in the future. Because if you always answer parents right away, what if there are times that you cannot because you are doing something else? Of course, you're busy. You are so busy in the classroom. You don't have time to be on your phone all the time. So that's why you need to set that boundary. And parents can be nice, but some are not. So you need to accept the fact. There are families that will really test your patience. So just be patient and just always do the right thing. Once you always do the right thing, you don't have any worries. I hope that I was able to share you some helpful tips that will help you once you start here in the USA, or even those who are already here in the USA and are struggling on how to communicate with families. So I hope that I was able to help you in my own little way. Thank you so much, everyone. And please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Send me messages for any questions you may have, and give me ideas on what other videos or content I should cover on the next videos. Bye, everyone. See you in my next video.